I played saxophone on that song.
Absolutely.
Pretty cool.
He blew the horn.
I sure did. I tooted my own horn. Yeah. Had to have a couple of ribs removed, but I made it happen.
Welcome back, party people, to another edition of The First Cut, an episodic journey through the sonic underground of today. Now put the kids down for a nap, open up a bottle of the good stuff, and sit tight, because it's about to get weird.
Seriously, this is not for kids. You've been properly warned.
Hello and welcome back, everybody. All you beautiful people, our guys, gals, and non-binary pals, and everyone that exists else on this wonderful spectrum of life. You are back with The First Cut with Daniel von Herbulis, that's me, and Evan Halfmann. That's how my phone calls you.
Namaste.
Namaste right here, and listen to Ambient. How about that shit? With our first pick, we have the artist Wings of an Angel and the album, hang on, I'm going to try this all in one breath. Going to work every day is not advisable. However, sleeping your life away in an abandoned cavern is a much better solution to all our existential problems. And the first track, Be Human and Let Death Be Your Rival. Thank God that wasn't one of the longer track titles, because I was losing my breath.
They're trying to copy that Fiona Apple thing.
I don't get it.
Yeah, she had a couple of albums that had extremely long titles.
So, Evan.
So,
You washed your feet recently?
I actually do regularly, to be honest. I cannot fucking stand going to sleep with like dirty feet.
Hang on, but okay. So this is no. This is it's
so
amazing. We fucking like just popped off like right away. But here's the thing, right? So you take a shower. Do you like pay extra attention?
Oh yeah,
I need to put my feet up and scrub them.
If I take a shower, my wife has to use a shower chair. So luckily I have a chair in my shower. Which is a tongue twister. A chair in my shower.
I was going to say, if you would have done that much more times, it would have been fucked.
So I sit down and I lather them up, you know how I do with my body wash. And I know I pay extra special attention to the feet. So if I got my little...
This is actually blowing my mind.
Yeah, if I got my little pumice, whatever you call it.
Yeah, pumice stone.
If I got my little... I always get those fucked up for some reason. If I got my little... my pumice stone, I'll give it a, take off the old extra layer.
Would you care to guess how many times in my life I have scrubbed my feet? I have myself, that I've taken the initiative to clean my feet.
2 or 3?
Zero. Never. Now, granted, yeah, I mean, I would go so far as to say, and granted, maybe I'm going to get like really fucking bashed here, but I would be willing to bet as far as cis hetero men are concerned, I'm probably not in the minority, but hey, comment below and let me know if I am.
Yeah.
I don't really wash my feet at all.
I feel like
my thinking is like the soap runs down, it washes my feet, I'm kind of swooshing around in it.
I always feel like that's like my inner Muslim or something, because I know that that's like a
what?
Muslim, because I know that like that's like a cultural thing for
them to wash their feet.
Islam, yeah, it's like important to keep your feet clean.
I have no idea,
but I don't know. It's just it's a thing for me. I can't fucking lay down in bed and fall asleep if I have dirty tootsies. They've got to be clean.
I thought perhaps you were maybe thinking of just like the Middle East in general at large, because our artist here is actually Israeli.
Oh, fascinating. Okay.
Yeah, very interesting.
Well, no. So it's like if if I'm in the shower, I pay extra attention. But then there are often times where I'm like, I don't have time to take a shower, so I will just put my feet in the tub and give them a good old scrape down, remove all of the skin. Clean it from inside out. Clean out the bones.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yes.
Fucking open the maintenance hatch. And
oh, yeah. It feels good. And I can massage my feet at the same time. Give them a little massage.
Why do you hang on? Do you always say that?
No, I don't fucking say it that
thank
way.
God. Massage.
Misogynistic.
There's a hard J. Don't say the Eminem line. I know you thought it was.
Oh, I did. You fucking reached into my little brain.
Yep.
No, and I also
squirrel brain.
I also use a reflexology mat.
What's that? I don't know shit about fuck. Enlighten me.
Well, my beloved sister-in-law,
Okay.
introduced me to the world of reflexology mats.
Cool.
And so you go on Amazon and you buy a little mat, and
Matt.
Hi, Matt. And you stick your little feet on them, and it's like a little mat, and it's got like little spikes all over the top. And it's not spikes.
Oh, I've seen those.
Yeah, it's just like little rubber or plastic spikes, and so you just step on it and you squish your feet around, and
that's for the shower.
It's all. You can do it in the shower, or you can just do it elsewhere. You can do it in the shower. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And you just wiggle your little feet around, and it's just like it's like almost like acupuncture in a way. How it like
okay. Are you done?
It gets all the no.
Can we talk about the music?
Not even fucking close. I feel like this music is quite fitting for a reflexology session.
I mean, I guess so. Maybe that was the original intention by the artist. Is like, I hope somebody talks about their gross fucking feet while listening to my music on a podcast.
Yeah. No, but anyhow, Ambient.
So we had talked a few weeks ago. God, it feels like half a lifetime ago. On our dark ambient list, as to how dark ambient is a music that is created that creates an atmosphere of unease, and I said ambient does the exact opposite, which of course is a pretty bold statement considering that ambient is a very vague, blanket term. However, just ambient at large, I would say that is the case. It's so fucking fascinating when you listen to like a good ambient. I feel like if you listen to a good ambient artist, whether it's ambient, dark ambient, soundscape, whatever, it's really hard to say this explicitly is what I like about the artist. I love that, like, looking at this album artwork, I think it's fucking brilliant. It's beautiful.
I couldn't get let me see that
a
little more closely. Yeah.
Are you able to see it now?
Yeah, it's great.
Do you want to borrow my glasses?
Nah.
Okay.
I could probably use some at some point, though.
Yeah, probably.
But
it's getting pretty fucking dark in here.
But I like that artwork. It's very it looks clearly very like meaningful and what's the word? Grebnior. No. No, it looks deliberate. That's the word. God damn it. Yeah. The word deliberate. It looks like I feel like I don't want to go off on a tangent here, but I feel like a lot of modern music is like rooted, as far as like the artwork, it tends to be rooted in anti-art or like non-art.
Like I took a picture of a feather against a white wall. Like, okay,
that's like a huge pet peeve of mine. I mean, if you and your band are into that, that's fine, whatever. I don't go for that.
Here's my thing, the anti-art concept to me says we're focusing on mundanity. And granted, if your music focuses on mundanity, assalamu alaikum. But I think that's the big thing, is when I see art that looks like that, it makes me think like, yeah, this is either probably going to be boring or it's going to be rooted in ideas that are boring. Like I remember like, Lord, I don't remember if it was their last album, but one of like Fate's Warning's last albums had like an origami like crane or something on it. It was just a blank album cover with like a black and red drawn origami piece on it, and I was like, cool.
Well, it's like Sun Kill Moon, that fucking miserable bastard.
I don't know who that is.
Well, for folks out there who are familiar with Mark Kozelek and Sun Kill Moon, he is kind of a fucking scoundrel.
Interesting.
And yeah, that's sort of been his bent lately is an obsession with like just anti-art. His music is fucking horrible. I mean, let's just get that out of the way.
I don't know who it is, so I'm just
I think Benji
nodding along.
Well, I think Benji was good to a degree. Again, I'm talking to the people. I get that you don't.
That's cool.
Familiar.
I'll just tap my toes over here and twiddle my thumbs.
Yeah, well, make sure they're clean too.
Yeah, you want to do that for me?
yeah, sure. But yes, that's if anyone who's like familiar with Sun Kill Moon and his frequent or his recent output, which is maybe over the past 4 or 5 years, it's complete and utter trash. I mean, and it's hard to explain just by talking about it. It's certainly like I don't want to advise anyone to go and actually listen to it.
Dude, isn't that the worst? I hate to cut you off, which I do.
No, go ahead. I mean,
isn't that kind of the worst when you're like, I kind of want you to hear it so that you can sympathize with how bad that I feel about it, but I also don't want you to fucking support that person either. And by listening to it, you'll be doing that.
Especially because it's not merely just that his music is bad; it's that he is. I mean, he's like a bad person. He's like done a lot of. He's
You mean like Morrissey?
Yeah. Oh, basically, but worse. I mean, he's like
hang on. He's worse than Morrissey.
Oh, he's been accused of rape several times.
Okay, yeah, that is worse than Morrissey. Morrissey is mostly just the shit that he's said.
Yeah, and he's openly on stage. He was most famously after he released Benji in 2014. He like on stage. He was uncomfortable with like a female journalist who was trying to interview him, and he wound up going on stage and saying, "Oh, fuck this bitch, she wants to sit on my dick" or something. So yeah, he's like he's clearly like
hang on, to the producers of this show, which is just me talking to me back, can we clip that back of Evan saying that? Can we make a drop of that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's a horrible one. Playback.
Yeah. But yeah, so anyways, I don't want to get too far off onto that because it's gross.
No, yeah.
But yes, I love it when artists and bands have an appreciation for art form and just photographic, like it's almost like past master painterly qualities. We're talking like the rules. I like following the rules of art, rule of thirds or
well, that's a big thing in photography for sure.
Yeah, and what have you. And so I'm one of those folks who really thinks that art. I like an album cover to be as fast. Like, I mean, Jesus Christ! I was just listening to Abbey Road earlier, and of course that's like probably the most iconic album cover of all time.
It's way up there for sure.
And it's like, yeah, how brilliant is that? Like, it's just so simple but so interesting and symmetrical.
I wonder if we really put our minds to it, what would you say are the 5 most iconic album covers of all time? Because Abbey Road, definitely way up there. I don't know.
Can we say just one Beatles? Or maybe just one from each band, because I would just start rattling off just Beatles up.
So here's the thing. I thought of 2 immediately that I'm like, those are like extraordinarily iconic. Well, okay, so there's 3 that are immediately stand out, right? That's Abbey Road by the Beatles, Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd.
Oh yeah,
Hypnosis. And then Nevermind by Nirvana.
Yep. It's like, they're so iconic that when you just say them, the image pops up. You know.
Every fucking detail and minutia you remember distinctly. And that's the thing. I'm really struggling to come up with any that are like anywhere near that iconic.
Yeah, off the top of the dome, it's kind of hard. Yeah, I mean, because exactly like you said, anywhere near. Because I think of like Electric Ladyland or something, But it's like that's still not. It's
or Axis Bold as Love.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I think you can say the name of the album and that wouldn't immediately pop in your head.
Yeah, I would say Axis pops in my head right away, but I don't think it would hit most people under the age of 45.
God,
That's tough. I think the Velvet Underground's...
the banana cover.
Yeah, but I can't think of what the fuck the name of the album is. That one was huge.
Velvet Underground and Nico.
There you go. I would probably put that in my top 5.
I think that one's just self-titled, I thought.
Maybe. But I mean, my big thing is like, because of the like the Warhol reference, like the style and everything, like that became...
Well, he was like, they were like Warhol's pet band, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It became an extremely iconic album cover.
Yeah.
So I would say those 4, and then,
Fascinating.
I know Moving Pictures is way up there, but I don't think it's nearly that high. Wow, this is actually tough.
Yeah. Oh God, how could I not? In the Court of the Crimson King. I mean, holy shit.
That's not that fun. I mean, it is, but only to fucking King Crimson fans.
I would think to a lot more than just King. I would feel like,
think so.
I feel like most discerning music listeners, like people, you're right. It's not anywhere near Abbey Road.
I would probably put that in like the top 15. Yeah. But I mean, that's like top 15 of everybody and every album. But I don't think I'd put it in the top 5. Of discerning music listeners, I'm with you, but that's not most people.
Yeah, no, I've kind of quit the top 5 thing because I'm just like...
I'm 1 away from fucking top 5, so that's the only reason. Granted, I bet a lot of people would be like, are you out of your fucking mind, including the Velvet Underground? But, I mean, to me, personally, I think so. God. See, that's tough. My brain is defaulting to like 90s and mid-aughts bands, and I don't think any of those have been like as iconic in stark contrast. But when I think of like Rush, the most iconic was Moving Pictures. Queen didn't really have that many iconic album covers. I mean, I know you could say A Night at the Opera, but okay, fuck it. I'll say A Night at the Opera because that's actually been like replicated many, many, many times. So I'll say that's my top 5.
Indeed.
Cool. That being said, going way back, I think the funny thing is when you're listening to ambient artists and you say like, what do I want to comment on? What is there to comment on? Most particularly, it's like, well, I mean, how do you feel? Because you can't really talk too much on the end of composition because there's not a direct melody or rhythm to pull here. And there's no lyrics because there's no singing. So you come down to, do I want to listen to it so analytically to say, well, I really like the sound of this drone that is reminiscent of blah, 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 but with such and such effects or these found tones or whatever. Do you want to be that analytical about it? Or do you want to just say, I really like the way this makes me feel? And I think that's the easiest thing, which of course might be kind of a cop-out in its own right, but that's probably the most responsible way to view this. And I really like the way this makes me feel. It's very relaxing. I could very, very easily see myself meditating or sleeping to this music. And to my partner, those are both 2 very big facets of her life, meditating and sleeping. So this music may be of service to me. But with that, I also find it fascinating that you can see down here, the album is Name Your Price, which, I've talked about my feelings on that. It means to me, you could get it for free or you could buy it, whichever you prefer, probably better to buy it. But if you wanted to get this artist's entire discography, which I have no intention of digging all the way through, their discography of 629 releases is $1. I have never in my life seen that shit.
Fascinating.
So releases could be anything from singles to remixes to EPs to LPs. This is an LP. As far as I'm aware, this first track is 20 minutes long and we're almost done with it. Yeah, 20 minutes. 13 and a half minutes, 28 minutes, 20 minutes. So it's actually, and then 18 minutes. That's an extremely LP.
Yeah.
But it is quite good. There is certainly not a lack of content.
Indeed. Yeah.
Indeed. So I quite enjoy this. It makes me feel nice and right at home. Even if the album title is a little wordy for me.
Yeah.
But hey, I'm biased. I had to read it out loud in one breath.
Yeah. Going to work every day. That's my everyday nightmare.
It's not advisable, though.
Yeah. If only.
Yeah. I mean, you have a family, so that's kind of a thing. I do not. I could just fuck off and go back to Florida, but...
Yeah.
But, you know, as the song is beginning to wrap up, I believe we've had a nice little foray into this artist. And, you know, personally, I feel very satiated and ready to move on to the next. I mean, how do you feel about that?
Yeah.
You know, I don't care if at any point in time we win Podcast of the Year. That's not true. But I really think we deserve to win Bromance of the Year.
Come on.
Don't you think? Come on, people.
Time, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Come on.
On with our next pick.
And our next pick is Sonnov. And we're going to... Oh, the album is Ohu?
That's what it looks like to me. The first track is also titularly Ohu. This artist is Russian. Each track on this album is 10 minutes long. There's 6 of them, so that makes it exactly a 60
90
minute.
minutes long.
Yeah. This album is $1 if you're interested. They also have a discography available that is extremely extensive, being 1,237 releases. And if you are interested, it is $124.60.
Fascinating. I think they should have made it $123.45. Because then it would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what I would do, I guess.
So stupid.
Yeah, well, math genius.
Yeah.
But yeah. So anyhow,
dude, my cable kind of got in the way of this top release here, which came out in April of 2021, and it like I got a little. I don't want to say dyslexic as much as like I was fucking the characters up, and I saw April 2201. I'm like, holy shit!
whoa.
Homies putting shit 200 years into the future.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I'm done with that fucking that 2000s shit, man. I'm on that.
Yeah, I'm on that 2200. Yeah, I'm on that future third eye people.
I'm on that
shit.
future tip, man.
Yeah.
So
I'm riding that future.
Yeah, as the people know about me,
okay.
Ambient or Ambient, if you're a cool French person,
I'm not.
is you know, it's not like my bag.
Nothing
you know, it's not
quite
my
like fishing in Quebec.
It's not my it's not my speciality.
That'd take you a second.
Yeah.
You never even watched Letterkenny, did you?
No, I didn't watch that, but it was fucking goofy. But so anyhow, it's not my speciality. It's not what I go for most of the time. If I'm going to sit down and like listen to some music, or even if I'm putting on background music, it's typically going to be something like city pop or like jazz fusion or something that has like a beat, something that's driving somewhere, you know.
Sure.
Ambient is
not that.
Not that. But it's
hard to
nevertheless
listen to while you're driving, for sure.
Very
You'll
special.
fall asleep and
yeah.
drive
Oh
off the
God,
road.
I couldn't imagine. But you know, that's not to say that there aren't ambient things I like, and I mean I do like this so far. I probably like this better than the first pick, and I don't mean to say that this is better. It's just I guess maybe it this almost feels like it has like a field recording or like electroacoustic
the way that this moves
to it.
in waves, it actually feels almost like it's starting to get into like a post-rock territory.
Yeah, I like that element of it. I do, and maybe the aesthetic too. I like.
It reminds me very vaguely of the band Hammock, and I love Hammock.
Interesting.
I can't wait to do another post-rock episode.
And what's this album cover, anyways?
I have no.
I find that very interesting.
Idea.
To be honest, I mean. It looks like it looks
trees.
like
yeah.
So it looks like a negative, like a negative.
It probably is, yeah.
So if you made that negative, it'd be extremely dark, but they instead left it like that. I think that's kind of cool. It's neat.
Very cool.
I mean, I guess we were just talking about anti-art and all that stuff, and that's maybe in that vein. But I do think it is actually really interesting to look at because from afar, it does kind of have that like.
Would you really say that this is in that vein? Because it might be like on the surface, yeah.
That's what I mean. Yeah, like on the surface.
The further you dig into it, you start seeing more content and more things to actually.
No, and I find this interesting.
For sure.
I think that it looks good, but
I feel like you could say the same thing about the music.
Yeah, I think the music is good
for all intents and purposes.
Yeah, and I feel like, of course, ambient is like a genre where you don't feel guilty for admitting that you could fall asleep to it. I mean, because there tends to be a shame involved with like, oh, it's like, hey man, your music is so good, I fell asleep to it. I'd be like, oh, well, that's not really like what I intended. I feel like I want it to be engaging.
I feel like with a lot of your music specifically, that wouldn't be that offensive, and it's not because your music isn't engaging. It's because it is a little more calm.
Yeah. Yep. And, well, and then as I get older, I'm an old man now.
I mean, like if somebody was listening to the song like "Fire Speaking,"
that's what I immediately thought of when you said, I guess out of all my songs, if there's one that someone could fall asleep to, it'd be dun 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 dun.
Yeah, I played saxophone on that song.
Absolutely.
Pretty cool.
He blew the horn.
I sure did. I tooted my own horn. Yeah. I had to have a couple of ribs removed, but I made it happen. Hell yeah. Got my spittle up in and out of there.
But, Ohu. I don't know if that's correct, but...
I believe so. I don't know. I'm not Russian.
I like it, though, because actually this does have, this, I guess, maybe something that I like about it. That sounded wrong. Something that I like about it. But, I guess the quality of it that I just put my finger on, I guess, is, so to speak, because it reminds me a little bit of Tree Fingers off of Kid A.
Oh,
Radiohead's Kid A.
Yeah.
And anyone who's familiar with that album, Tree Fingers is like the ambient song in like kind of the smack dab like middle of the record, and it's just such an interesting piece because it's just like an ambient tune, which Radiohead had never done that before. So, of course, Kid A is such a monumental work. But
oh my God, get on with it!
Yeah, I know. I feel like such a fucking douchebag. Wow, Kid A was so.
Well, you see, adjusts glasses.
Yeah.
I only had to say that out loud because I physically did it. But
I almost feel like Amnesiac is a better album sometimes, though. But anyways, yes, Tree Fingers. I think this kind of has that same kind of sound. Like it's almost like many different tones that are kind of playing at the same time, but they're like ones are getting louder and then the other ones are getting quieter.
I'm sorry, I imagine Tree Fingers, but in place of Snake Eater. Oh. So I heard like in my head, I'm still in a dream, Tree Fingers.
Yeah.
Did I send you that weird like Japanese commercial the other day that had like Snake Eater playing during it, but it was the Burger King commercial?
I didn't watch it. Not yet. I have to fucking mentally prep myself for some of this shit.
Dude.
Yeah. Oh God.
I'd be like, look at this dude fisting himself. Yeah.
And
No. I don't send
I generally,
like
when you send me stuff, this is probably correct.
No, I don't have my phone.
This is probably correct. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's probably correct that I can assume safely that what you send me is not safe for work, and if it is, then you will like mention it because you have done that before.
No, I mean typically
that. This one you can definitely play around this.
So here's the thing, not just for not suitable for work, but also I know you're and granted, I may be walking on eggshells a little bit here. Your partner has somewhat of delicate sensibilities, so I like to be careful about that. So I'll be like, hey, this is one you might want to watch alone, to not only
she
say...
She has a frail constitution.
Okay. To not only say, hey, yeah, you probably shouldn't watch this at work, but you also might not want to watch this with the wife or kids. But I typically make it a point to say, like, yeah, this is one that you're going to want to watch alone. Like, whenever I send you a sick animation video, I'll be like...
She likes some of them.
Some, yeah. I would say maybe 3%.
She loves Sean Jarrett.
But Sean Jarrett is completely
I know, yeah, it's completely
yeah.
clean. She liked the Facebook one too. I mean, that one it does.
That one's not that bad though. Is it a little raunchy?
What
part of it?
Not like sexually. But
hang on, I'm gonna run through every line of that thing in my head real quick.
But
I would say it's mildly racist, but that's
mildly. But then there's also like, I don't know, like she's sensitive about guns too.
Okay.
So
like in media.
Generally, and when I say sensitive,
really?
When I say sensitive, I don't mean like she sees a gun and she fucking loses it. I mean, like, it's like, okay, someone's using a gun. What's going on here? How are they going to treat it? It's like, you know.
What's fascinating was, Chelsea and I recently saw the movie Nobody, and by the way, I fucking loved it. Like, I could talk about that forever. I know you don't care, so I'm not going to. But I was at your house while you weren't there, and your wife was. Cue 70s funk music. Yeah, no, we were just talking about, life and kicks and things. And I had told her that Chelsea and I went to see that movie, and I was starting to talk about like the plot a little bit, and she would, and I was like, what? And she's like, I want to see that one. I don't want you telling me what it's about. And I was like, really? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, it was made by the same people that made like John Wick. And she's like, yeah, I like John Wick.
She likes John Wick? She never told me that.
That's what it sounded like.
I've never even seen John Wick.
And John Wick is a very gun-heavy movie.
Yeah. I mean, she's fine with like stuff that's obviously like comic-y or almost cartoonish and stuff like that. But yeah, like Breaking Bad, she's like, yeah.
By the way, John Wick is not that. But it's also not like beat you over the head serious either.
I know, but I know that just from like what I've heard and read and stuff. I've never seen John Wick, so hey, people out there can blast me, put me on blast,
and please do.
But
I would just say it's more like it's not meant to be a like, oh, that was so emotional.
I know. Am I right in saying that? Am I right in saying that it's not anything like fucking Breaking Bad or
no?
Like,
fuck no.
Yeah.
But Breaking Bad isn't very action heavy either.
But it's very very violence heavy.
Very violent. But yeah, Breaking Bad is emotionally exhausting.
Yeah.
And I fucking love Breaking Bad. But
yeah, I mean, I think anytime you get to the fucking Domingo scene, it's like,
yeah.
It's like oh shit, man, movie. What did I get myself into?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, John Wick is not like there's some stuff that'll make you be like, oh, I'm upset about that, because like the whole fucking premise of the movie is that like, so I mean, granted, I'm not spoiling. If you haven't seen John Wick, I don't know, jump ahead 30 seconds maybe, but this is like the beginning of the fucking movie. Is that like he's a retired something or other man, badass kind of type, and then like his wife died, and she wound up like getting him a dog before she died, like a puppy, and he's like, I hate this fucking dog, but realized like the dog starts to grow on him, and then some bad guys killed his dog, which has a strong connection to his wife, and then he's like, I'm going to fuck you up. And everyone you know what I mean? And then it's just like a whole like, oh, well, the Russian mob or whatever pissed me off because they killed my dog, and now I'm going to kill everybody.
Fascinating.
That's pretty much John Wick in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Nobody was not terribly dissimilar. But one thing that I found very fascinating about Nobody, and of course we're actually oddly tying back into Breaking Bad here, is that instead of
Keanu,
action star Keanu Reeves, it was Bob Odenkirk who played Saul Goodman, and he's a pretty like average Joe kind of guy,
Yeah.
But he is such an unbelievable badass in the movie. But the big thing there is more that like he's what and again, if you're still listening to this, it'll be like, bro, I haven't seen it yet. Jump ahead a few seconds. Give me 30 seconds, all right? Stop watch now. He was retired auditor for like all government agencies, and they fucking say this in the goddamn trailer, which essentially means like when the FBI is like we want to prosecute this guy but it's going to be too hard, they would bring him in to just be like, just fucking make him go away, kill him, you know what I mean, make him disappear. But he retired from that life to have like a normal family life. His home gets broken into, and he just says like, hey, take what you need and please leave. And then like everybody around is like, you're a fucking pussy. I can't believe you didn't stand up to this. Like if it would have been me and my family, and then he just snaps. And his ultra violent tendencies all just come like flooding back in.
Interesting.
It's really good, but you've got to like violence to want to see it. I know that's not your bag.
The only movie I've ever seen is Brothers with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Wasn't that Jake Gyllenhaal and Tobey Maguire?
Oh, yeah. And
I actually never saw that.
Natalie Portman?
Which is upsetting because I just said, yeah, that's a good one. Never seen it.
But yeah,
that's who's wearing egg on their face.
Strongly violent one. One that's not for those faint of heart, but of course it deals with PTSD.
What do you think the best violent movie you've ever seen? You're like, that was good. I know it ain't no superhero movie.
I was just saying Glorious Bastards because that's
quite a good movie.
One of the only movies I've ever seen in my fucking life. I'm dead fucking honest, people out there listening. It's like Lost in Translation,
8 Mile.
8 Mile. Oh man, yeah, it speaks straight to the heart. But no, I really only like a handful of movies, and if I'm gonna sit down and watch a movie, I'm gonna watch one of those again. I don't like watching new movies.
I really want to know how much of the song "Lose Yourself" do you think you could quote before you're like,
I can try my best, though. I'll probably. This is really ironic that I'll probably choke. Because, okay. You only get one shot.
You don't have to sing it for what it's worth. But anyways,
are you gonna take it or let it slip? I don't remember that like opening.
Yeah. No, I meant the actual like.
I know, but I'm trying to use that to like get into it. Okay,
I get it.
See, I can't even think of the fucking very first line.
I literally can't either. Yeah.
I can just start
think
from
of the chorus.
Knees weak, arms are heavy.
Yeah.
There's vomit on his sweater already. It's mom's spaghetti. He's nervous, but on the surface he seems calm and ready to drop bombs. But he keeps on forgetting what he wrote down. The whole crowd goes so loud. He opens his mouth, but the words won't come out. He's choking now. After that,
I mean, you did a lot better than I would have.
Yeah.
The only part that I'm like, yeah, I remember that shit is the chorus.
The time's up, over, blow, snap back to reality. Oh, there goes rabbit, he choked. There goes, over the gravity. Oh, there goes rabbit, he chokes. He's so mad, but he won't give up that easy. No, he was so something. Yeah, okay. All right, that's the best I can do there.
You better lose yourself in the moment. Wait,
music,
yeah, the moment you own it. You better never let it go.
See, I just do the guitar part. The jing 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 jing.
I just do the piano part. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was fun.
Oh yeah. So
what am I supposed to say to that?
Oh yeah. That's my thing.
Your little video game sounds. You're like a fighting character in fucking 1994. Oh yeah. Come on over here. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can get it. Anyways, Evan, how do you feel about moving on to the next artist? You feel quite plump and satiated, bloated?
I think it's high time.
Sugar-coated?
Fat off all this ambient.
Hell yeah. So thank you, Sonnov. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. And we'll be back here momentarily, people. People, listen to me. Okay. We're on with our last pick. We have A Beautiful Burning World in their album Vellichor. We're going to start with the track. Boy,
this immediately sounds like the PlayStation, what is it, PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 1 intro thing? Startup sound, I mean.
I think the PlayStation 2. It's a little more spacey and not that
Yeah.
That was PlayStation 1.
Hella nostalgia vibes.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Hell
Vaporwave,
yeah,
man.
This band is from the UK. This whole list, we haven't featured a single American artist. How cool is that?
This band is from the UK? Okay.
All right, well, good night, everybody. I don't think I can really continue after that.
Don't worry, I'm going to kill myself in a second.
Yeah. There's no way, I got the ceremonial dagger.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. There's no way I can compete with that level of scripted humor. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah.
It can't be done.
Vellichor, neat.
Yep. Tracks 1 through 5, super creative there.
Is it just called 1 and then?
Yeah, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, that's cool.
I was gonna say, what if that was the thing? Is we were just like one of these artists we pick one of these times, and we're just like, what if we just kind of like sarcastically, backhandedly, we're like, oh yeah, real cool album cover.
Yeah.
No, I quite like the album cover.
Didn't like Sigur Rós do something like that, where they just had an album where it was just like symbols, and it wasn't even like there was no names. I don't really listen to Sigur Rós, but I know that they had an album like that.
You're testing my patience, boy. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, true. And then Peter Gabriel doesn't he doesn't name any of his fucking albums, so they're just Peter Gabriel 1, Peter Gabriel 2, Peter
A lot
Gabriel
of bands
3.
have done that.
Yeah.
Queen did
Led
that,
Zeppelin
I think,
did
for
that
the first couple
while,
albums. Led Zeppelin did that.
Yeah.
Other artists who have existed. I wonder how many fucking albums Buckethead has done in his lifetime. It's got to be close to innumerous.
Oh my god. Yeah, I used to listen to that cat.
You know, it's funny. I would say I used to too. Like
3,
that 4. that Mitch Hedberg joke. It'd be like, I used to do drugs. I still do, but I used to too. But anyways, no. But I did used to listen to Buckethead, and then I came off it for a while. And then, funny enough, I started using Pandora a lot at work because, well, granted, this was before the heyday of Spotify, but I would use Pandora as not only a way to be like, I like this artist, but hey, also give me artists that are similar, which there's been an innumerous fucking amount of artists that I've discovered because of Pandora. So thanks, Pandora. Sponsors or fight us, you know how it goes. But funny enough, I created a list for the band Blackfield, Stephen Wilson and Aviv Geffen. And it's really fascinating how like the tracks that you like will radically change and determine what shows up in your feed. But I started getting a lot of Buckethead coming in, not because of my like for Blackfield, but how much I was liking a lot of post-rock that was coming in. And it's interesting to me to say that in 2021, because in 2007 or 2006, when I started listening to Buckethead, it was like pure metal. You know what I mean? And I think most people, when they think of Buckethead, that's what they think of.
Yeah, I mean, that's what
but
I
his catalog is so remarkably diverse. And I would even go so far as to say, like, his post-rock, instrumental-driven music is actually, in my opinion, significantly better than his metal music. And I love his metal music, listening to back to Soothsayer and Nottingham Lace, Jordan.
So he isn't actually Paul Gilbert, right? Like, wasn't that a rumor for a while?
I don't think Paul Gilbert's anywhere near as, because Buckethead's 6'3".
I thought Paul Gilbert was pretty tall.
Maybe he is, but I'm pretty sure he's not.
I think that's probably the only reason people came up with that rumor. Anyways.
Well, I think he's actually come out he has identified himself, but I can't distinctly remember. But that being said, I don't think I've ever seen Paul Gilbert and Buckethead in the same room together.
Yeah, there you go. That confirms it.
But yeah,
For you fucking flat earthers out there, that's all you need.
Yep. You haven't seen the round earth and the flat earth in the same room together?
Yeah.
Thought so.
Oh, yeah. Shit.
Checkmate, libtards. Too much freedom for you? Anyways.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's a classic inside joke.
Oh, yeah.
I know somebody's going to hear me say that phrase and be like, what the fuck did you just say? And be like, come on, it's a joke. Take a joke.
Come on.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Anywho, what the hell was I saying before?
Buckethead has a long.
I'll send you some more of his post rock esque albums, because I think you very much might dig it. But like Too Many Humans, Angel Monster, things like that, they're quite good.
Yeah, I really haven't seriously listened to Buckethead since I was probably 17.
Yeah, well, I'm about to change that whether you like it or not. So fucking get used to it.
Well, I remember I saw like I think it was like a Guitar World. I had how Guitar World, they used to have like CDs that would come in the magazine.
Dude, I have a stack of those in my nightstand.
Those are so badass, dude.
Dude, I'll let you borrow some.
Those are so great. Yeah.
I've got old ones with like Dimmu Borgir. Somewhere, dude, I have the one.
Trivium.
For Shizzle.
Oh, yeah.
Are you ready for this?
Go for it.
Somewhere I do have the one that had not I bet you can't play this, but it was like an instrumental playthrough that became a meme that was of the band Behold the Arctopus and their playthrough of the song Alcoholocaust, which is funny because I love that song, and listening to it fully recorded, I think it sounds incredible. But the moment you take the drums away, it is a nightmarish cacophony of what the fuck are you doing?
War guitar and yeah.
So that's become a meme, but I have like the original fucking like Guitar World thing that had that on it.
That's like legendary, yeah.
That's what I'm saying,
It's
bro.
gotta be fucking collectible at this point.
Probably. So I'll grab my stack if you want to take them home and review them. I don't know if you can put them on your Mac or whatever.
I just remember all the ones that were like Marty Friedman, like, okay, I'm going to show you how to play, yeah, it's just so corny. But
didn't he like used to do like fucking 8-finger tapping and shit?
Yeah, and he played that really interesting way where it was like he like his picking hand is like all fucking twisted around. He's an interesting cat.
I'd love to see like Guthrie Govan doing Bet You Can't Play This, or Govan. I don't remember.
Govan, yeah. Like governor.
Oh, I think he had said it's
or
like
glove.
oven. So yeah, Guthrie Govan.
But
Glove.
Glove. My name is Keith Glove. Hi. No.
Hi, my name is Keith Sweat.
Keith Sweat. There you go. Keith Stone. Shout out. But
Keith Stone here.
Yeah.
Do you want fucking beer that tastes like your grandpa's wet asshole? Keystone Light.
But
Natural
oh goodness.
light.
Yes, but yes, those fucking Dimmu Borgir, yeah.
Dude.
Those old fucking DVDs. But yes, what the fuck? I don't even know if I was
that was the thing.
Oh, yeah.
They weren't even DVDs. I guess they kind of were DVDs.
So, yeah. So, I was... So, there were CD-ROMs,
Yeah.
So, it's like... I popped this shit into my computer. And, yeah, the Buckethead one that I had, it was like a...
I don't know if I had a Buckethead one.
Well... And see, I may be completely wrong. It may not actually have been on...
I like to assume that you are.
But it may be true, too. I mean, But anyways...
No, probably not.
So it was Buckethead, but he was like... or I should... Maybe they were like...
more appropriate, yeah.
They were... like... sitting outside of like outside someone's house, like, and it was dark, and they're on their patio, and it had almost like a creepy kind of like, I almost had a creepy vibe, and there
wasn't that the Young Buckethead one where he plays a bunch of different shit?
Yeah, he just plays
I remember
like a big fucking mishmash of stuff, and one of them
little,
was
like, chicken picking
stuff, but one of them that was iconic that I remember is the Halloween theme. Yeah, and I thought that was really
he was
fucking
playing
cool.
two-handed.
Yeah, I was just like, dude, this is fucking badass. That is so cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I like listened to a little bit of his music like after that, but I remember it being so different that I was like, oh, I was just like looking for stuff that sounded like the Halloween theme, you know. And then I remember like banjo and the chicken picking stuff, and I'm like, that's not really my flavor.
I still think,
I
to me,
appreciate him
to this
as
day, the two songs that I remember from Buckethead that I do still hold in very high esteem are Soothsayer, which I think is a beautiful song that he wrote for his aunt, who I believe passed away, and Nottingham Lace, which I think is an incredible song.
I've never heard those.
I could show you both. I'll send you both. I'll send you an album, and then I'll send you those two songs.
Yeah, baby.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So apparently I need to get better at washing my feet, and you need to get better at listening to Buckethead.
Yeah. Well, we know Po Buddy's nerfect, you know.
I guess so. This mess is a place.
His mess is a place.
Yeah, and that was Murderface's tattoo.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, right, okay.
Yeah. And he's like, I'm gonna starve to death. The very first episode of Metalocalypse. You remember seeing Death Clock live back in 2010?
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
That ruled, man.
It's so funny to me to think back to that concert and think we saw High on Fire, which I have to say, maybe this will upset some people, but I could give two shits about High on Fire.
Yeah.
Sorry. But I felt the same way at that time about the band Converge, who we were seeing live, and I fucking love Converge now.
Yeah. Yeah, but at the time they're like, who's this, huh?
Yeah, I was like, I have no fucking idea who that is. They're weird.
And then in retrospect, it's like, wow, they were opening for Death Clock. It's like, goddamn.
And Mastodon.
Oh, that's right. Fucking man. Wow, I forgot about Mastodon.
Yeah, Mastodon was touring Crack the Sky. How could you forget that?
Yeah.
That was incredible.
Yeah.
That was a life-changing moment right there.
That was the era of Mastodon that I really loved, and then after that I became less and less interested.
It's fascinating. I feel similarly, but not the same, because like I really liked Once More Around the Sun. I believe.
Yeah, I never even listened to The Hunter. Like I never even.
I have, but it's not for me. There's a couple of songs from it that I like The Sparrow, but all in all, I don't really care for that album. And then Emperor of Sand didn't really do anything for me. Their newest album, I think, sounds pretty good. And they made an EP, Cold Dark Place, between the two that was pretty good. Yeah. I mean, really, like, my two big albums that I hold in extremely high esteem are Crack the Sky and Blood Mountain. Leviathan I think is good, but it's just not my flavor. And Remission I think is good, as well as Call of the Mastodon, but it's more that it's like there's a few songs on that album that I love, and then there's just kind of everything else.
Yeah. I hate that when there's just a few songs on an album you like, because then it's like, for me, if there's only a few songs on an album that I generally like, I will not listen to that album very much. Generally
or genuinely?
What did I even say that for? My fucking brain can't go back that far. What did I say?
You said generally. An album that I generally like.
No, I did mean generally. Because I mean like generally as in like, oh, I like this album as a whole, but there are a couple songs that I'm not crazy about. It's like off of Remain in Light by the Talking Heads. Or by Talking Heads.
By Talkhead.
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 It's just like the song Listening Wind. I feel like I like it, but it's just it. And then even like the Overload, the final song from the album, they're kind of like slower and droning, and they're not as exciting as like the other tunes. And I don't like on principle, I don't skip songs on albums. I don't go for that. And so if I feel like I have to, I'd rather just not listen to the album. It's kind of weird, but
no, I mean, I get it. I do that. I'll just like listen to a certain, like I'm feeling like listening to this song right now. But my big thing is that like if I find that I more don't care for the album than I do. Like, let's say the album has 7 songs on it and I like 2 or 3. My big thing is that I use a little iPod in my car to listen to music most of the time when I'm not at home. And I just won't fucking add that album to my iPod because most of the content I don't want to hear. But if I like the majority, even if it's a slim majority, even if it's only like 60%, that I typically will. So like, oh good Lord, what is the name of that album?
Pure Heroin by Lord.
Yeah. Well, actually, that would be a great example. But I was thinking the fucking Dance Gavin Dance album. Not Mothership. Mothership? I don't know. It was the one that came after that. I can't think of what the fucking... I can't fucking think of the name of it. Artificial Selection, I think, was the name of it. I like probably 70 to 80% of that album. There's a couple of songs where I'm just like, that song's okay. But I do like most of it, and as a result, I will rock most of it, and I keep it on my iPod, and I listen to it in my car all the time. That and Good Tiger, I feel similarly about. I can't think of that album name to save my goddamn life, but that's a really good one. You know that one? The one that I'm thinking of that you couldn't possibly know what I'm thinking of? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I feel like I could like jam over this.
Do it.
I like this.
I got a bass right here. You want to try?
Yeah, I'll try.
It's my Warwick Corvette.
No way, it's a vet? She's a vet?
So fucking heavy.
Holy shit.
Doing a good job so far. And see, now it's transformative, so you can't even copyright claim that, YouTube. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. I wonder how much of this is even going to get picked up.
Well, I hope not a lot of it, because I'm really showing my inexperience with the bass guitar.
Yeah.
Though I appreciate it, because it's a great instrument.
Yeah, I love playing bass. I wonder if I could play the intro riff while we're just sitting here. That's kind of like I need to actually warm up, but just for shits. Ah, bitch. Let's see. That was pretty fun.
That. Where's Davey at?
Yeah. Eat your heart out, Davey 504. You
what?
Fuck, you bald fuck. You think you can play like me? You don't fucking know.
I would not be offended at all.
You don't know.
Davey gave us a shout out. Shout us out, mother.
No, fuck you, Davey 504.
Yeah, fuck you, Davey.
Fuck you.
This is a challenge.
I'm totally kidding. Yeah, I would challenge Davey 504 to. Yeah, no. I can probably play bass 1% as well as Davey 504. Motherfucker, as well as Davey 504. But hey, by all means, tell him. I'll do it for fun, but I'll lose.
Yeah.
Yeah. You should call out Ichikanito in that same vein.
Ichika, I'm calling you out,
no,
man.
In Japanese.
Ichika, man, I don't know. I don't even know any Japanese at all.
Watashi wa...
Except for Nani.
Nani?
No. Except for Kaze wo Atsumete.
I have no idea what that means.
Well, there's a very famous Japanese band called
All right,
Happy
good night,
End.
everybody.
Yeah. Well,
No.
a very famous Japanese band called Happy End from the late 60s, early 70s. Haruomi Hosono was the principal singer-songwriter of the band, and they are generally seen as like the Beatles of Japan because they were one of the first bands to Japanese bands that sang in Japanese and didn't like sing in English, which most of Japanese music at the time was sung in English.
Fascinating.
And they like popularized it and took off, and their music is fucking amazing. But they have a song. They have a song called Kaze wo Atsumete.
Okay.
And that's the only reason I know that phrase. And I guess it means carry the wind, roughly.
The only phrase that I remember like distinctly in Japanese is like, what is that fucking classic meme? Omae wa mu shindeu, which means like you're already dead.
Oh, from that one anime?
Yeah, it's from Fist of the North Star. old ass anime.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Well, people, it's getting to be about that time. The dogs are barking. My cat is mooing. Anyways, Evan, do you have any closing thoughts before I come up with the 3 empties? That's what I'm just going to call them from now on.
Well, if you're gonna watch the live action Grinch, the one with Jim Carrey, Kim Jerry, which sounds like a nickname for Kim Jong Un. Kim Jerry.
Jesus. Wait, hang on. Are you doing an empty? Is that what's going on?
Well, yeah. So if you're gonna watch,
my bad.
If you're gonna watch the live action Grinch with Jim Carrey, masterpiece, by the way. If you're gonna watch it,
movie.
I would definitely suggest watching it on HD DVD or Blu-ray for people who remember HD DVD. Mm-hmm. Because
not on Laserdisc.
There's a lot of hidden messages like sexual innuendo and horrific satanic messages that you can only find in those versions.
Yeah. That and Eternal Sunshine.
Yeah. Oh, Eternal Sunshine. That's some trippy shit.
Yeah,
that's my word of advice.
Okay. Yeah, you want to keep going, or do you want me to take over?
No, that's all I have for the day.
Okay. So that was number 1. Number 2, badger, mushroom. And you know, this is actually just kind of a good one in general. Change your fucking guitar strings. Realistically,
yeah, those things get fucking nasty,
dude,
man.
Realistically, it's been too long.
Yeah.
You can be like, oh, I just fucking changed them. No, you haven't. Go change them.
I mean, I don't know, if you have to be one of those folks who like, oh, I did one take of a guitar solo, now I have to change them again, so I have the freshest strings.
If you're
That's a little much.
If you're that anal retentive, then yeah, no. But realistically, most people listening to this would be like, oh, I changed my guitar string 8 months ago. Fucking change them.
Yep.
Also, subscribe to Rudy Ayub.
But also,
tell him we sent you.
A really cool trick when you're changing your guitar strings, take them off and put them in the microwave.
Shut the fuck up.
For a long time.
Good night, everybody. Good day, good tomorrow, good yesterday, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I could be anything. Don't drink and drive. Don't smoke meth. We out this piece.
Peace.